I've posted a long form video, not just for the last 30 days, not for the last 90 days, but for the last 150 days, I've posted a long form video every single day. Now, let's get into the results and what my thoughts are. Before I get started, I do want to give a shout out to one of my subscribers, and she's got a channel called Tiff's Take 1, and her channel is all about YouTube analytics, and she's got some vlogs here and there, and she's been on every one of my videos commenting every morning at 7 a.m., all 150 of them. So I just want to give you a short shout out, Tiff, and thanks for being there and giving me all the support. Now, when I first started this YouTube journey, I seeked out guidance and wisdom from another YouTuber, my cousin out in California, who's got a channel with, I think, 100,000 subscribers, and it's about quinceañeras. And he suggested that I do maybe 1 to 2 videos a week. So that's where I started for maybe the first 2 months. And I really wasn't seeing much traction that I kind of wanted. And I know that, the expectations with YouTube are kind of out there, a little too high for most people. So I had those high expectations. So I realized early on that I needed to hustle. I wanted to hustle. I wanted that growth as fast as I could get it, because being an entrepreneur, that's just what you want. You're going to hustle and grind to try to get that growth that you want. And so that's why I switched from doing like 2 to 3 videos a week down to just every day. And for the most part, a lot of YouTubers that I follow, they post every day. Now, these are bigger YouTubers, but I kind of just want to follow in those footsteps and post every day to get that traction and to gain subscribers and the hours. You want to get those 4,000 hours. And so I decided on, I think it was December 13th, that I was going to post every day. And the 150 days that I'm going to review the results were from starting in December 24th, 2024. I took a nice round number, 150 days, but I have been posting for longer than that. So we'll go over the results of that. Some early advice I would give to you guys is, if you're going to take this challenge on, whether it's 30 days in a row or 90 days, or dare I say 150 days, you really have to batch record. That is my number one advice for you, is you gotta record in batches, probably at least 3 videos at a time if you can. Now, sometimes you will just try to keep up with the daily grind and maybe record once a day. I think as long as you just maybe squeeze in a couple days where you do 2 or 3, you'll be able to keep up on this goal of yours if you do want to post for 90 days or longer. It's kind of a crazy goal, but I've been able to do it, so it's been kind of fun. You're also going to have to edit probably every day. Every day at night, maybe after your day job, you're going to have to edit your videos. Maybe look for B-roll, look for music, do your captions, all that jazz. You're going to be hustling just like any entrepreneur out there. When I did entrepreneuring for 5 years with a software company, I was writing code till 2, 3 in the morning. And so you might be editing your videos till 2, 3 in the morning. I've had some late nights on the YouTube train. So that's my one advice, is you got to batch record, and you're going to have to edit a lot if you're going to want to pursue this path. Let's see. I've got some notes here because I wanted to kind of cover everything. I didn't want to forget anything. One thing to note is that past performance is not indicative of future results. So the performance I got from doing 150 videos may not reflect what you're going to get. You might get more than what I've got, or you might get less. It just depends on how the algorithm's going to pick up your channel and how your audience is going to vibe with you. What else? Well, let's just get into the results. So to start, over the last 150 days, I've got 96,000 views. I've got a watch time of 4.6 thousand hours. So I've crossed that 4,000 watch hours. So thumbs up for that. As far as some spikes there, you'll see in the chart. Let's see, I've got a spike that got up to like almost 200 hours, I think, in one day, which is pretty nice. And then I got a second spike, I think, where I had 200 hours as well. I've had a couple videos go mini viral, but I've had one video go hyper viral, and I'll get into that. And then let's see here. Subscribers, I've got 720 over the last 150 days, which I think is pretty decent. I'm real happy with it. I had one day where I had 35 subscribers in one day, and that was the day after my video went hyper viral. Sorry. And so yeah, I'm on my way to 1,000. I think I'll get there hopefully within maybe 2 to 3 months. We'll see. And these are my top content. The first video that went hyper viral was 32,000 views. I lost $28,000 in the stock market. That was a misery video. The second video was why Elon Musk and Donald Trump are trying to crash the economy. A little bit of political, a little bit of geopolitics there. 2,200 views. And then AI took my job, a viral video. Start preparing your AI took my job video now. That one got 2,200 views. Then I had one that was kind of based on another YouTuber that went viral. This was a weird video. 38 years old, not married, no kids, my thoughts. It was interesting. Like, it went skyrocketed, like 1,500 views in like an hour, and that was it. And then it was done, you know, so it was kind of a weird one. And then this one, how China beat the USA in AI with DeepSeek, was just more of a catching the news, you know, kind of going little viral there. That was kind of, I think that, yeah, I posted that January 26th, 3 days before I went hyper viral with that video. So that was my first kind of traction that I got excited with. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now, one thing you'll notice with these 5 videos is that the average view duration, if you look, 240, 316, 340, it goes up and up and up the more viral you go. So if you can get that view duration higher and higher, maybe up to 5 minutes. If you get it up to 5 minutes, you're going to have a viral video. That's for sure. So the key to this, getting these viral videos, is to keep the viewers hooked for at least 3 minutes, you know, probably 3 to 5 minutes. You know, you got to get to that 5-minute mark. That's what this hyper viral video went to. I bet you that people that went, you know, 100,000 views, their average view duration is probably upwards of 6 to 7 minutes. Wouldn't surprise me. So let's see here. I'll go over my impressions as well. So I've gotten 1.1 million impressions. That's pretty crazy to have your thumbnail out on the YouTube screen 1.1 million times. That's pretty amazing. I'm pretty proud of that. And, you know, this is kind of choppy chart here. It looks like I had like 30,000 impressions one day. That's at top, this spike here in the middle. So that's pretty cool. And then my click-through rate, you know, I had a spike of 10.3%. That's pretty good. You know, with my thumbnails, I stick to 3 words, maybe 4 at the most, and I bold those letters up, make them big, strong, and contrast. I do have a in every thumbnail, I do darken the opacity of the background just a little bit so that those letters can pop. And then I blow up my face. I take up like 2/3 or 1/3 of the space outside of the text. And that's just my strategy. You know, I think it's pretty decent. 4.5% impressions click-through rate, I think is pretty good. And then average view duration, it's above 3 minutes. I'm pretty happy with that. You know, I've had some peaks where it was 5 minutes and 41 seconds. That was before my viral video. So I've had some moments where, you know, these videos have held some viewers. So that's pretty good. Let's see here. And then this is my viral video. I think it's good to convey what this means for any new YouTubers out there. The views were 32,000. The watch time for a 32,000 view video is around 2,500 hours, which is going to get you there. So if you get lucky and you get a viral video, you will be monetized very quickly as far as the hours go. Subscribers, you know, I think 200 is pretty good. It would have been nice to get like 500. I've seen some videos that have gotten that many for that many views. And it's still going viral. I mean, this was the last 48 hours. I average, I think, between 180 and 200 views every 48 hours. And this has been going on since January 30th. So that's been like almost four months now. So, which has helped my channel out tremendously. Let's see here. So, where would I be without the viral video? I mean, this viral video has made the difference with my channel. I would be at 2,150 hours approximately. I'd probably be even less because I got 200 subscribers. So, you know, I'd probably be at 2,000 hours about now. So I'd have to probably keep grinding to get to that 4,000 hours before, I think I started my channel October 13th or something like that. So I'd be working even harder to get up to that 4,000 hours. I think I'd get there, but it would be a lot more work, right? And then I'd be around 570 subscribers if I wouldn't have had that video go viral. Now, talking about this viral video, if I wouldn't have posted every day, it took 50 videos from that December 24th up to January 30th to go viral. So I had posted 50 videos, you know. Would I have gone viral if I would have posted one video a week? You know, that would have been the 50 videos in a whole year. It would have taken me a whole year before maybe I would have launched that video. So keep that in consideration when you're starting a YouTube channel. If you want to go gangbusters and go entrepreneurial style and post a video every day, the odds of you getting a viral video are that much higher. So that's why I think it happened. Now, it was a misery story. You know, it was a unique story. And I did take a unique take on things. I think a lot of people thought I was going to be mad at this finfluencer for losing money, but I wasn't. I took the opposite approach. I do have respect for him, and that's why I think a lot of people clicked on that video. They thought I was going to be pissed off, and I wasn't. Now, what did I learn from posting for 150 days straight? Would I have gone viral? Like I said, I don't think I would have, but you know, you never know. It just depends on the algorithm, so on and so forth. What videos did better? Now, I've done a few scripted videos here and there. Like this video is kind of scripted. I've got a PowerPoint presentation I'm showing you guys. Who knows how it'll do. And I've done a few other videos where I've held an actual script and kind of pseudo read it. And those videos didn't do as well. The videos that did well were, you know, some were political, but all of them were just raw dogging it, honestly. I had kind of an outline in my head, and I just went out and walked and did the videos. You know, so that's my vibe for the most part, is I'm just going to raw dog and keep doing videos like that. It's hard for me to kind of think of a script and B-roll. I'd probably have to do one video a week if I did more of structured videos. And that's the thing you got to figure out is, do you want quantity or do you want to focus on quality? You know, I'm trying to do a little bit of both, but I think I'm more focused on quantity rather than quality. But I do want to change. I think I want to change more now to quality, which means I might have to slow down my posting. Maybe I'll do a hybrid approach where I'll post, you know, a little bit of quantity, but then do some one or two quality videos a week. We'll see what happens. But I think at the end of the day, the videos that do better are the ones that are authentic, that, you know, are not super scripted like AI would do it, you know, that kind of thing. So we'll see what happens, you know, but that's just my take on things. Definitely politics can get you some views here, but you know, you're going to lose some subscribers that way. I lost a few on some of those videos where I got 2,200 views. I lost like 3 or 4 subscribers right off the bat. So, you know, take it for what it's worth. When is it best to post? Now, when you post for 150 days, you kind of get to know the algorithm. I would say the best times to post are during the business week. Sunday through Wednesday to Thursday. Sunday through Thursday are the best times to post because it takes the algorithm like usually a day, maybe 2 days before your video kind of does that parabolic move. So if you post on Sunday, the people that are into YouTube on Tuesday is going to catch your video, you know. People are watching YouTube between Sunday and Thursday. You can kind of tell. People are busy on the weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays. They've got church, they've got kids' sports, activities, so on and so forth. They may not have even a chance to get to their phone. But during the business week, they're on their phones. They're hustling, going to work on the subway, listening on their headphones. They're probably at their work watching YouTube videos in the little corner, hiding them from their boss here and there. That's what people are doing. So, my strategy moving forward is if I slow down, if I go to like 3 videos a week, I'm going to post on Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I think. That's kind of my tentative plan. If I do slow down, we'll see if I can keep up. But that's my tips. Now, there are some outliers. I usually try to post a vlog on Saturdays, and I accidentally posted one of my normal videos, non-vlog videos, on the same day. I posted 2 videos on that day accidentally because I schedule all my videos out. You got to do that if you're going to do this strategy. I accidentally did that, and I got like 2,200 views like right off the bat. It was like a debating on retirement, that kind of thing. And I think that's kind of where I'm learning too about my audience. I'll get into that. Here's the other thing. If you post every day, you're going to learn to hit the record button. Hit the record button. Hit the record button. I've done earlier videos on that. You got to learn to get comfortable with the camera. You got to learn to just get the confidence to go hit the record button. You got to hear that sound. It should be ingrained in your brain. Okay? Learn about your audience. I'm still trying to figure that out. My audience is from the age of 35 to 55. I'd like to target to the younger generation. That is the goal of my channel, is to provide wisdom and guidance. But, a lot of people at my age, I'm 45, are going to watch my channel to vibe with me and enjoy the content. And so, a couple videos I've done about retirement, like planning for it and looking forward to it, I think has gotten some quick traction. So I'm going to do a little bit more videos on like just that retirement perspective. I talk about wealth building a lot, so I've learned that, retirement has a lot to do with that. So, learn who your audience is and what they like. Pay attention to those videos that spike up, that may get 1,000 views or 2,000 views. Go with that. Keep doing more videos like that. Now, every day, you're going to have a lot of videos that, you don't do a lot of planning on, and they're just going to be kind of fizzle out and burn up videos. You might get 100 views, 40 views, whatever. I've gotten some videos that have only gotten 20 views, and then I've got some that have 30,000. It's pretty crazy. So the YouTube algorithm, it's hard to predict, how it's gonna find your audience. And then YouTube is a lifestyle choice, guys. I did an entire video dedicated to this, but I'll say it again. Whether you're doing 1 video, 2 videos, 5 videos a week, 7 videos a week, this platform and what it is I'm doing here, recording a video, it's a lifestyle choice. You got to decide, do you want to live a lifestyle of recording yourself on camera and coming up with topics and thinking about topics every day? Because that's what you're going to have to do. And even if you get monetized, you got to keep going with it. I mean, what's the point? If you get monetized and you stop recording videos, I've seen people do that. I have a couple YouTubers that got monetized and then they stopped recording. Now, I don't know what happened to them, but maybe they just said, oh, I did it and it's only paying me $2. I'm done, right? Because it's not going to pay a lot. Even the amount of hours I have, 4,500 hours, I don't think that's going to equate to very much. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep going with it. I do enjoy it and whatnot. So let's see here. I've got some other notes here. Overall the benefits. No, that was about it. Those tips, what I've learned from it. I definitely recommend it. If you want to get monetized quicker, get the hustle on, get the grind going, and try to go 150 days, try to go 90 days, even 30 days. You could get some crazy traction in 30 days. Again, my performance is not going to be the same as yours. You might go hyper viral more than me with 30 videos in a row, and it'll get you going, get you monetized. So hopefully this video helps. If you guys could, if you like the content, like and subscribe, and take a look at my previous video. And hey, guess what? Always do that too. I see a lot of YouTubers not talking about their previous video at the end, and you can use the end videos. Do that. Take a look at my previous video, and everyone have a great day. Thanks. Bye.